isn't your average everyday darkness. This is advanced darkness.
Breaking news! A new episode of Let's Be Frank starting now!
Hello all! It's a beautiful day out here today, except for the fact that it's not because there's a murderer on the loose. But don't worry, he's in Germany. Or Austria? I'm a bit confused. Sorry, I bet you were a bit confused too. Today we're talking about the German movie Angst, made in 1983. Angst is an interesting title for a movie about somebody who I wouldn't call angsty, but definitely a serial killer. You know, you listen to those true crime podcasts, I know you do. You never hear anybody calling Ted Bundy an angsty individual. No, he's a frickin' maniac, a lunatic. And that's all the same when talking about our main character. What's interesting about our main character, now that I bring him up, is that he doesn't have, he's not a named character. He's just known as the psychopath. Even if you look it up, Google it if you must. He's just called the psychopath. Similarly, other characters in the movie are just the daughter, the mother, and so on and so forth. Very few characters in this movie, by the way, but I feel like I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. As I stated earlier, a couple times now actually, the main character is a serial killer, and I did hear that this movie was loosely based on a true story, so interesting, huh, I guess. The psychopath is released from prison. He just got out after a 14-year in total sentence for attempting to kill his mother and then killing a random old lady. We're off to such a great start already. Once out, the first thing he wants to do is murder again. He's a serial killer. What do you expect? A psychopathic serial killer. Aren't they all, though? Why did I have to specify that? And that's exactly what he does. He finds this small family in a remote area, kills them all, not in his preferred way, but he definitely succeeds in killing them. But yeah, not a very long movie, but definitely such a unique one. First and foremost, I don't want to jumble around my thoughts too much, but the camera work on this movie, which is something I definitely want to highlight, is really interesting. Not a lot of cutaway shots. A lot of shots spend a lot of time watching the psychopath do whatever he's trying to do. Whether it's walking down the street, which happens a lot. There's a lot of shots of him just walking, or dragging a corpse through a house. You get to sit there and watch the whole thing happen. There's even a scene where he's eating a German sausage very grotesquely.
Richtig provoziert haben Sie mich. Meine Fantasie ist gleich mit mir abgefahren.
I'm actually reviewing this movie because a subscriber of mine recommended it to me. On my video, It's Such a Beautiful Day, the commenter Eden said, great review. Thanks, Eden. I'd totally recommend the movie Angst from 1983. Would love to hear your thoughts. And I'm giving them. Very scattered. I'm a bit scatterbrained with this right now, but all in all, I would say it was a very interesting watch. Most of the movie is taken from the perspective of the psychopath. So you're just following him around the entire movie. The entire movie takes place in maybe 24 hours. He's released from prison, immediately goes on the prowl, finds his prey, kills his prey, attempts to leave with the corpses, and then gets caught. It's a very quick thing. The movie is only 80 minutes long, but the whole time you're just gripped by this guy and the things he wants to do. You're wondering, when is it gonna happen? How's it gonna happen? What is his motivation? What's his motivation for killing these people? Turns out, he just likes it. I will be honest. No, I'm not gonna say that yet. This isn't your typical horror movie, though. I wanna say that straight out of the gate. Even though we're probably like, what, 5, 6, 7 minutes into the video already? This movie isn't about the family. You know, like in your normal horror movie, you focus on the victims throughout the whole of it. Then the killer or the demon or the ghost or whatever comes to do a lot of harm. Not this time. This psychopath truly is the main character of this story, even though if he's not a good guy. And the family itself is not focused on for very long. As soon as a psychopath gets inside of this family's home and then they arrive home after being out for a while, you know, okay, I just met this family, but I should not be getting attached to anybody. By the way, there is a dog in this movie, and I want everybody to know the dog is fine. If you want to call that a spoiler, go ahead, but the dog lives at the end. Actually, something I do want to do that I think it'd be kind of fun. I went on IMDb to kind of see what some other people thought about this movie before watching it, and a lot of these reviews, especially the titles, are very funny, very accurate depictions of my feelings of this movie. So I'm going to read the first one here. Somebody named Coventry posted this. 10 out of 10 stars. 80 minutes of genuine fear and disturbance. It's definitely very disturbing, although I would say the disturbing part is only in like 30 minutes of the film. The rest is you watching him. It's like watching the setup for him meeting this family. And it's suspenseful and it's interesting, but all of the main action of the whole thing happens kind of quick when you consider the whole of this movie. This next one down here, Humanoid of Flesh, says he also gave it 10 out of 10 stars. Extremely brutal, disturbing, and nihilistic serial killer film. It sounds good to me. I mean, it doesn't. Somebody else, CMR Bodist, maybe that's supposed to be Bordist, the best in its genre. So I think you guys get the point. This movie, it's loved by a lot of people. As you could see, a lot of 10-star reviews. And I didn't see anything lower than like a 7-star review. So if you're into psychological horror, I would recommend this movie. Now, if you're not exactly into psychological horrors, I don't think I'd recommend this. I mean, like I said earlier, if you're a true crime podcast listener or you like true crime TV shows, yeah, you might like this too, because I felt like this, because I listen to a true crime podcast a decent amount. And I felt like I was watching what I'm normally only listening to. You know, does that make sense? It's probably not something I can see myself watching again, but if somebody were to come to me and ask me the very specific question, hey Frank, do you know any psychological horrors I should check out? I'll say, yes, you should check out It's Such a Beautiful Day. Because that is probably still one of my favorite movies. But I'll say, after that one, take a look at Angst. It's on Amazon Prime and a little-known app called Tubi. I had no idea it existed until today, and that's where I watched it. With ads, but it was better than paying $3 on Amazon Prime. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, despite my enigmatic mind unable to get what's up here into here. If you did like this video, please give it a like and subscribe if you have not already. I don't know where we are currently, but I am this close to 300 subscribers. So let's get there real soon. Like my Instagram and Facebook, like all the posts on there, or don't, just follow them, it'll be fine. And please go and follow my TikTok, that's Let's Be Frank TikTok, and because I didn't say it earlier, Instagram and Facebook are both Let's Be Frank 2020. I just watched a man murder 3 people. Excuse me for being a bit scatterbrained. Very convincing too, by the way. The acting of the psychopath was very good. The acting of the family that he murdered, not that good. And there were a few scenes, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be talking about this after I just plugged everything because everybody's gone. But there were a few scenes while he was like stabbing one of the girls where you could just tell they had a squirt bottle of blood. They were just like pumping onto his face. It was pretty good, pretty funny. Murder is never funny. Don't joke about that. Until next time!